We've been blessed. Brother Jack shared with us a word from the Lord. I'm grateful. We're all grateful. A few announcements. Summer series again tonight at Waldo, 5:45. Worship service, preaching service begins at 6:10. Speaking will be Brother Steve Kropp, so you're going to want to be there tonight. One of the better speakers in the restoration. Following the summer series, the youth will be at Atherton. You're going to notice if you happen to ever take some of the church's trash out to the trash bin out there that Ted's trash service has required us to put a lock on that on our trash bin out there. So the key hangs in the closet in there where we have the mops and stuff just inside the kitchen there. So if you're going to go out there, you're going to have to take that key with you. You won't be able to get in. Thursday at 6:30 p.m. is Women's Book Club. There are handouts in the back table. We're still needing some people to sign up to bring snacks for the summer, for after the summer series 2 weeks from now. Please sign up at the back. Tonight this afternoon at 4 o'clock, we're having the first of 3 special classes on the Word of Wisdom, section 86 of the Doctrine and Covenants. How many people, I want to see your hands, think that section 86 is about our physical needs? See your hands. You'd be correct, but the Lord does tell us that all things unto Him are spiritual. And I just want to really urge this congregation to come to this class. We've invited other congregations to come as well. Quite frankly, we're not usually too good about coming out to classes on Sunday afternoon, but I would urge you to come. And here's what I would point out to you. At the end of section 86, the Lord says, "And all saints who remember to keep and do these sayings," that's the word of wisdom, "walking in obedience to the commandments shall receive health in their navel, marrow in their bones, and shall find wisdom and great treasures of knowledge, even hidden treasures, and shall run and not be weary, and shall walk and not faint. And I, the Lord, give unto them a promise that the destroying angel shall pass by them as the children of Israel and not slay them." Section 86 of the Doctrine and Covenants. How could any class be more important to us than the class that's going to begin tonight at 4 o'clock? Our sister has I think it's 4 o'clock. What is it? It's 4 o'clock. Did I say 3? It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock tonight here. I know our sister has worked several months. I contacted her, requested her to do this some time ago. It was probably the winter. And I know that she's been studying scriptures and things about the word of wisdom, and we will be missing out if we do not come at 4 o'clock this evening. One final thing. If you remember the Crescent experience, those people, as I've read that book a number of times, there were really 3 things that they kept in Crescent, Iowa. One of the 3 things was the word of wisdom. And that congregation, even as it says in 86, was blessed because of keeping the word of wisdom. Please come this evening. Sister.
Hi, I was just going to give you a quick update on where we are halfway through the year, okay? So, as you can see, that's not through today, but the half the year. Last time we talked through defining what a budget was, defined what the types of funds we are, defined how the funds are actually funded, and talked about the full weekly budget sharing that, when there's funds above what it is to keep the lights on kind of thing, and direct donation only, like oblation and things like that, and some are a combination. We explained why the weekly contribution amounts can potentially be negative because we had donations of $800 and our expenses were a lot more than it's negative in some of those funds that are the discretionary because we still have to pay for the lights and things. We had donations coming in $75,000. The weekly average is $2,900. The total amount for the year, because that was halfway through, a little typo there because I used part of my presentation from last time. The total budget that we had for the year was saying we think everything we want to do together should take $173,000, and that means we would have needed to bring in $3894. So we're lagging behind a bit. So for the first half of 25, if we kept up at the same pace, which we had a couple that only do it annually, so that was included in the first half. But if we kept at the same pace, we'd have $150,000 coming in there, so we would be short $22,000. Now, mind you, some of you are so faithful, and I can tell you're faithful in your tithing and in your heart is in the right place, and sometimes things happen. I also know the funds managers are trying to watch their funds, and some of them have been a little creative in how they came up to make sure we got to do what we needed to do and do the outreach we needed to do, even if they didn't have as much money in the fund as they would have wished. So, way to go, funds managers. Appreciate you. Moving forward, our pastor continues to receive a fund overview on the second Sunday of each month. We were trying to do the first, but I honestly don't get all the receipts in just instantly. So we tried to do this on the second Sunday, and it says, like, here's where we are on your year-to-date income expenses, the current fund balances, so the pastorship will have that information, as well as, of course, our auditor. So on the second Sunday, each fund manager, I'm trying to give them a little envelope so they know current status to stay on top of that. And if they have questions, that way it answers a lot of those without them having to feel like they have to hunt me down or something, to be a problem for them. So we're doing that. We're giving them where they are, the expenses, they can tap. And part of these fund managers have several people that are doing different pieces of it, like in youth ministries, there's a lot of moving pieces in different parts. So they need to know the overall picture, so it really helps them to stay in touch with what their assistants are all doing. Our branch auditor gets a monthly bank reconciliation. He can make sure that we're still in balance and everything's good there. And you guys are being really good about making sure and going to the fund manager if you have a question. I don't think people, honestly, they know, usually if they're involved in it, they kind of know what's going on anyway. So we appreciate you going to them if you do have a question that's, something you need to know. We did have this combined budget funding overview, which is what they get to see each month to see for the pastorate and the auditor. Here's where we are overall. There are a couple things we're going to note, because mostly we're trying to just live within our means, but there are some things that were maybe a little out of our control a bit, and that is administrative. The biggest piece of this that has been larger than we anticipated is the copier. Some of you may not realize if you've used it for personal copying, make sure you put money in the jar, because that goes back into the administrative fund. But we are falling behind on that. So far, we're behind in funding it by $620. Our other one, which is lawn mowing and the snow removal, which we got to do to, function. But that's quite a bit over. We'd had some maintenance issues on our old mower. I know we bought the new mower, so hopefully we'll get back in line with our budgets here. And one thing that is interesting is we have this thing called operating reserve. You're like, how can those funds be negative? We're basically borrowing from this operating reserve. It's a place so those that more than all that money, I can't see, the numbers are too small for me apparently today. But all of those funds are basically borrowing against the operating reserve. So we're still solid. We've got money in there, but just to keep you in the loop, because we said we would. And right now, we do have the ones that are donation only. So people are like, do we have money in this? Are we giving in other ways? The family debt reduction, we continue to reach out to families as you put it in there. We say, hey, do you need $300 to pay down on your debt? And they reach out to those, and if someone's like, no, I'm okay, they pass it along, and then they go and ask the next person. The family needs takes care of big life needs like, oh, there's a hole in my roof. That might be something that may come to a family needs, and the pastor would talk about that. And we've got, of course, Freedom Stewardship Ministries, where we're helping them pay down at no interest and helping with maybe some education so they understand how to keep their budgeting and their financial life in order, because we do want to be good stewards. Jack had talked about the many ways stewardship over our peace, of course over our physical things, and over our spiritual lives. We have oblation, and then we've got some in that parking lot fund. So that's the basics. Did anybody have any questions about the first half of the year? All righty, we'll keep on doing more and love God and serve Him.
I know you appreciate all the work that our sister does to keep us informed on where we are in our budget. She does a beautiful job, and I thank her. I'll end up with birthdays. Monday, Claire Perry and Harvey Neal. And Thursday, Raina Lassen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God bless you. Happy birthday to you. See you at 4 o'clock for class.